Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I've got an exciting one today because we have the two flagship sport side-by-sides from CFMOTO right here next to each other. We've got the 2023 Z-Force 950 HOEX. Okay, this is 64 inches wide, trailing arm suspension. And then we have the Gen 2 Z-Force Sport. This is the 950 Sport. Okay, it's 60 inches wide. This is a whole new design that CFMOTO has released for this year, and it is a sweet looking unit. Now, keep in mind, this is the 64 inch wide trailing arm suspension model. This is not replacing this one. This, if you will, replaced the 800EX and the old, I think it was 2019, they had a Z-Force 1000. And that was the old body style. Anyways, 60 inches wide, double A-arm suspension front and rear. So the biggest difference in suspension would be the rear setup. You got the rear trailing arms versus the double A-arm rear suspension. Of course, real quick, let me insert. We're about to race these things. We're gonna go head to head. This one's the 950 HO engine, and it is rated on paper at the crank to be 90 horsepower. I gotta do some more research, but this is the 950 engine. Some things are a little bit different about it, and they only rate this on paper at 85 horsepower. Now, at the time of me filming this, we've at Main Street Cycle, I've already had both of them on the dyno, and I know what this one put down on the dyno, but that'll be for a later video. Subscribe. Make sure you stay and watch because you'll see the actual numbers to the wheel. But on paper, 85 horsepower, 90 horsepower. And we're going to race them here in a little bit. But let's talk about something real quick. When this came out, this particular body style, man, it was a love-hate relationship and still is. A lot of people, I'm not going to say a lot, but there's a group of people who think this is the most ugliest thing they've ever seen in their life. And then there's others like me who thinks, man, it's awesome because it's very unique. It's their own design. It doesn't look like anything else out there, okay? Well, I think CFMOTO heard some people loud and clear and said, well, they didn't like us being way different, so they made a model that looked similar, and I can't lie, it looks similar to the Can-Am Maverick Sport or Can-Am Maverick Trail. And if you pull up some pictures or some videos, you'll see. But it's definitely different. And I wish I had one to show you side by side. There's a lot of characteristics that change over from the two models between the Can-Am and the new Gen 2 Z-Force. But if you have them side by side, there's definitely a lot of differences, and they've got their own special touch to the Z-Force here. I don't want this to be too much of a detailed walk around on this model, because I want to jump right into us drag racing them. But just really quick, something you're going to notice on the 950 Sport, you get this box, a cargo box, and I think it's a really neat idea. And it's got some tie down points in the four corners, and it's got a nice heavy duty seal and keep all your stuff nice and dry. So I like this idea, definitely something different, really, really cool. I love the color match springs on the suspension. You do get this bypass reservoir, and looks like you can adjust it. The doors, probably one of my favorite parts of this machine. If you watch my videos on the trail, you know that the door on the trail is pretty straight and flat. But on the Sport, they added a curve to it, which gives you more cab space. It really does make a big difference. So I love the interior design, super comfortable seats. These are the same seats that you get in this model as well. And I really like this upgrade that they did from the original Z-Force 950 Sport. As far as legroom, let's check that out real quick. Hop in the driver's side. And I like the legroom. So the left foot here on the driver's side, I have more, my knee is not as bent. Keep in mind, I'm 6'1" and I weigh 230. So I'm not a small fella. So I got plenty of room. It's not like my legs are bent like this. I'm stretched out. I feel pretty comfortable. And like I said, the shoulder room, I'm not actually touching the door like I was in the trail model of the Gen 2 Z-Force. So really comfortable. I love the storage here, and right here, huge storage. Storage is way better in this particular model. Some people don't like that the cup holder's down on the floor, but that's just what they had to do with this smaller cockpit size. So now let's go hop in the 950 HOEX. So we'll hop in over here. Now, the left foot is, I'm bent just a little bit more. It's a little closer into me. That allows for a bigger fender well, a bigger opening there, and more suspension travel, more room for the bigger tires and all that stuff. But it's not uncomfortable at all. There's more width in here, definitely. I'm not, like, there's a good space between the two seats. They're not near as close together. But legroom, this left knee is bent more, but still, I'm very comfortable. I've owned one of these for a long time now, and I love this particular body style. Super comfortable, great machine. So you have more width. So if you got two riders, if you plan to ride two riders that are wide shoulder, you're going to have more room in this particular model. Okay, let's hop out. But the seat feels great. I feel like you're sitting a lot lower down in the machine in this particular model. You're sitting up a little bit higher in this one. Again, you can see the seats are a little closer together here. Whereas here you got a little bit more width. So the bed space on this one, very usable. I use the CFMOTO cargo box that you can get from Main Street Cycle, and I put all my camera gear and some different stuff to keep with me on the trails. Or you can strap a 45 quart cooler back here easily, no problem. So also I've seen, you got cargo rack, tire rack, all kinds of options. You can find those at mainstreetcycle.com. You clicked on this video to see some racing, so let's go drag race them, and then we'll close this video out. All right, so now we're in the Z-Force 950 HOEX. We've got the Z-Force 950 Sport Gen 2 model. We're in high gear, two-wheel drive. I'll go on you, Joel.
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, we gotta talk about that. Let's run it back one more time. Man, a bug slapped me in the face.
You spinning like crazy off the start.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all over the place.
Let's race one more time.
Let's do 4-wheel drive.
It's faster. That doesn't really make sense to me, to be honest. I have no reason to sandbag this unit. I mean, I own one of these, so I wanted it to win. I wanted it to beat that one, but it didn't. Now, I was spinning a lot in two-wheel drive, but you saw where we put it in four-wheel drive. It was definitely a lot closer, but the Gen 2 Z-Force somehow still pulls a little bit on this. Is it a massive difference? No. But it is a difference. So really, I wouldn't let a drag race like that determine which one I go with. You need to come sit in one of these units. Also, you need to wait for one of our next videos where we actually take these out on the trails and we're going to talk about the suspension and the ride comfort. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, we like this one. Well, this one rides really good as well. But with a double A-arm rear suspension versus the trailing arm suspension, this is going to be geared for a little bit better handling when you're really driving aggressively, right? That trailing arm suspension is going to do better in fast-paced trail riding, ruts and all that stuff. And I think it does really good in rock crawling situations as well. So if you're a hill climber, stuff like that. But this one does excellent as well. It's really a tough choice. And my personal advice to you is you need to come to Main Street Cycle. You need to sit down in both of them. If you're in the market for a sport side-by-side, sit down in both of them, see which one you like better, which one you think looks better, you feel more confident in, you feel most comfortable in, and that's what you need to go with. So that's my 2 cents. I like them both. I like where CFMOTO is going with all this, and we want to help you get on a CFMOTO at Main Street Cycle. So come see us here in Tishomingo, Mississippi. Come to Main Street Cycle, and we will help you get in one of these units. We have the best financing available. We also are home of the free 5-year warranty. So come on down to Main Street Cycle. Look, I'd love to meet you, and I hope you're having an awesome day. Make sure you comment, give this video a thumbs up, and I'd appreciate that as well. God bless you. We'll see you in the next one.